All right, boys. So apparently we have an update from the episode I made a couple days ago about the doctor who's going after these women for defamation in their Facebook group. Let's see what's going on.
The only thing I did to Olivia Berger was reject her. This is why her story is missing any substantiating circumstance of wrongdoing to her. When I met Berger, I felt her pictures concealed certain attributes and lacked the overall perspective from her total in-person appearance. Let me be clear that this meeting should not be categorized as a date. I do not want to be referred to as someone who went on a date with Berger.
In a statement to us, Murray says he has never met, much less dated, some of the women posting about him. He went on to accuse the women of catfishing him, saying they posted highly filtered and enhanced photos on their dating profiles, concluding perhaps these women are not successful at dating for obvious reasons.
Oh, shit. That's so loud, jeez.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Yesterday, we gave you an overview of the ongoing lawsuit involving Dr. Lucas Murray and more than 50 individuals on Facebook. Today, we delve deeper into the latest development, a statement issued by Murray himself. Let's explore the details and provide objective analysis as we navigate through this complex legal saga. It's interesting to see a different perspective from the statements of the women we highlighted yesterday. Let's talk about it. We men we. We men we. Janice, read with a male voice, please.
Will do, sir.
Dr. Lucas Murray's statement from 22nd March 2024. Background. After matching with and giving my number to Kelly Gibbons, aka Kel Kolb Gibb, aka KCG, I became suspicious of the cagey nature of her heavily filtered images and lost interest. Thing I did to Gibbons was block her. Instead of moving on, she went online and vindictively posted my picture in a Facebook group that she felt was a safe space to call out guys that have been disrespectful. For about a year, she constantly bumped her own post about me to incite more reactions while also creating many posts gossiping about other people, one who was deceased and could not harm anyone.
So this is exactly what I said yesterday. Was my suspicion of what was going on here was just the fact that she got rejected. She got rejected, couldn't handle it because it was from a guy that she, wanted to get with, that she desired, got rejected, and then literally has to go and freaking put a post. And he's saying that she's bumping the post for an entire year. She kept bumping the post, meaning as it got buried in more of the messages, she would repost it or bump it to the top so that more people would see it. That is crazy, bro.
According to Murray's statement, the saga began when he matched with Kelly Gibson on a dating app, only to lose interest due to suspicions about her profile pictures. Remember this?
Never in my life have I been stood up, and I'm baffled. I'm baffled that a human being would plan something with somebody and just not show up. So I need for a man to explain to me why this happens. I'll wait.
Oh, man.
This is an answer why a man with options would ghost a woman. Not that I condone it, but it happens. Just like how women ghost, block, and reject men at a much higher rate.
Facts.
What also happens is that the salty ghosted woman will go to this Facebook group and tell every woman in there that this man is an a-hole with pictures and everything. Hell had no fury like a woman scorned. Let's continue.
For years at least, if not more than 238 Facebook accounts, mostly anonymous and/or fake, commented on Gibbons' post about me. Out of these accounts, I have thus far only named 10 individuals in my lawsuit who have stepped over the line and broken the law. It is likely I will add a few more. These allegations include libel, false light, invasion of privacy, sexual discrimination, etc. Out of the 10 defendants, I briefly met one for less than 15 minutes and do not recall meeting any others.
What? So, okay, what? Mind blown, bro. My mind is just like blown right now. So the whole thing about him suing 50 women is not true. Apparently he's only named, it says I've only named 10 individuals in my lawsuit. So there's only been 10 individuals. Out of those 10, he only ever met in person with one. This is insane. Out of all the 10 defendants, I believe met one for less than 15 minutes and do not even recall meeting any others. Holy shit.
One of the defendants makes an intriguing point. Check this out.
He somehow found those comments that we did make. Again, they were factual and they were based in our true experiences. He found those comments and decided to come forth with this lawsuit with his claims of defamation.
He somehow found the comments we made, she says. So the implication here is that Murray may have uncovered comments made by the defendants even if they did not expect him to find them, even if they were truthful. What's particularly noteworthy is the fact that Murray filed the lawsuit and has legal representation. Normally, a lawyer reviews the case on its merits before filing a lawsuit. This raises questions about the legitimacy of Murray's claims and the likelihood of success in court.
But yeah, I felt silenced. I felt like I was being intimidated into silence.
And that could be a problem, according to defamation attorney Jeff Lewis.
In First Amendment world, we call that a chilling effect, meaning when people fear they're going to be sued, they either stop talking or they change what they're going to say because they're worried they're going to be sued.
Lewis says anyone can sue another person for what they say about them online, but that doesn't mean they'll win.
You know, the best way to avoid being sued for saying things on the internet is to say things that are true or that are opinion. And if you step outside of truth or opinion, there's a good chance you might get sued if it's something negative.
Lewis believes this case,
Which, if you think about it, makes sense why he's going after them, because it's fine to, state your opinion about somebody, right? Like he just said, state your opinion, but that's not what they were doing in this group. If she was bumping the post for an entire year and continuing to bring up the fact that he rejected her and how bad of a guy he was, then essentially what's happening is she's continuing on the negativity, right? She's continuing on the negativity and making it look like he's such a bad guy. And then what that does is it has an outward effect on his entire dating life, because obviously this New York City group on Facebook is huge. There's I think there was 100,000 or more people in it. So imagine you're within a group of all these women who he's trying to date, and a woman just keeps bumping the post and continually coming after you and slandering you, saying how much of a bad guy you are and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I get why he's upset about that.
case will make it to court.
Because a judge at this early stage can't believe one side or the other, that's a jury question. So this case will likely go to trial if it doesn't settle.
One of the defendants, Ellie Shariat, had the gall to fabricate a totally impractical story that I matched with her on a dating app and appeared at a hotel where she was dining. I have never met this person in my life. I certainly do not recall having any interest in her, and I do not have any record of communication with her. Since then, these defendants have appeared on national TV and created a website alleging that I sued 50 women and committed acts which in truth and actual fact never occurred. These lies have spread across the nation, and I will therefore be adding slander and unjust enrichment to my complaint against defendants. In short, most women don't spend all their time making trashy posts on Facebook. The acts of these defendants are hate-fueled and unrelentless. Said Facebook losers rage in their war against people who have no idea they have been targeted. One can name them a female version of incels. Femcells. The glue of their group is their hatred of men.
What's crazy to me about this, what's going on right now, is that these women, okay, so you know how they're saying there's the 50 women, right? What's amazing to me is all these women come out of the woodworks, make up these stories about him, how they were in contact with him, how they were in, he was interested in them. And what's so amazing is that these women are so desperate to get with a guy like this, who's got the quote-unquote high status, right? What stereotypically people would say is high status kind of guy. He's got the money, he's a doctor, so he's got the status, the connections. They're so desperate to get with a guy like this that they will fabricate some sort of story to make it seem like they had some sort of interaction with him, just so that they can go and have the story of, oh yeah, I was dating this doctor one time and it just didn't really work out, just by being around him, it increases their status. That's how hungry these women are for the attention and the recognition and really having that status of being with one of these quote-unquote high-value guys. It just blows my mind. I really do believe that's a big reason why so many women are coming out and trying to make it seem as though he was, interested in them but they didn't work out and they were trying to date and all, like, he's saying he doesn't even remember like half of these people, more than half of these people. So it's like they're all just coming out of the woodworks trying to basically make it seem as though he was interested in them, which is not the case at all. Like, he was barely interested in even like just a few of them. It's just like, wow, man. It's like there's out of the 50, there's like the 10 that he was actually like communicating with. And then out of those 10, there was only one that he actually met in person. And then it's just like, wow, it's just crazy when you're one of these guys who, has the status, the success, the money, the looks, how much attention that you get and how easy it is when it comes to dating. But not just that, but also how it can lead to your downfall in the sense that women are so much seeking your attention that when you reject them, they get so hurt that can also be your downfall, because then they come after you. This is insane.
Them as hate-fueled individuals, likening them to femcells driven by their hatred of men. I don't think they are femcells, but we have many videos of women showcasing an inflated ego and sense of entitlement. They are not used to being on the receiving end, especially if the rejection comes from a man that they desire.
Exactly.
When they flake on you, like, excuse me, what? It's an honor for you to even be included into my roster, and you're gonna flake on me not once but twice. I honestly have no words. I feel like
that's why TikTok is
just hearing like women say roster is just so cringe, bro. I'm sorry. It's just, I can't.
full of crying and complaining women, even though men have a higher chance of being incels.
Worse, there is clearly an even darker side to this conspiracy. Said Facebook groups are known to have caused people to lose their livelihoods. In some instances, innocent people die. These serious crimes against our democratic constitutional republic designed to protect our peace and happiness can be traced back to the nonchalance, misrepresentation, and unlawful guidance from Facebook administrators and/or moderators, including Paula Sanchez. Please stay tuned for updates by checking my profile. Thank you.
Murray blames Facebook administrators and moderators, claiming they were neglectful by allowing defamatory content to spread unchecked. Remember this?
The goal, creators say, is to protect women, not judge men.
Maybe some of these women should be protected from themselves. The role of social media platforms in cases like these is a topic of ongoing debate. While platforms have a responsibility to address harmful content, determining the line between free speech and defamation can be complex. As this story unfolds, it's vital to maintain a balanced perspective and withhold judgment until the facts come to light.
So yeah, just a super interesting case that we have going on here, because we have to also remember this guy, right? This Dr. Murray guy, he's not going into this group and trying to cause a problem. He's just using, dating apps, and he's just dating online and just dating these women. They are then going and basically collaborating and getting together in a group and then coming together. And then we have women posting him and basically continuously throughout the year, making it seem as though he's a continuous problem and that he's such a bad guy. And what that does is, like I said, it has this effect on his reputation, it has effect on the way that women perceive him in the city now. And now look what's happened. Now there's a fucking national, like, this is national news basically. So now this guy's freaking out there and he didn't ever necessarily even want to be. And so now he's out across all these platforms, right? We're making all these YouTube videos about him and the whole situation. You can see his picture. He's not anonymous. And this guy, maybe he didn't even want to be known. He didn't want to be famous, right? He didn't want to be known as that guy who is going to sue 50 women for defamation. So this is the complex world that we live in now in terms of social media and dating. And I think this is why, especially like my generation, is getting a lot more conservative in terms of how we approach and deal with women in terms of dating, because you see things like this that just literally come from a guy who is dating women online. And this is a guy who, for all intents and purposes, is the Chad, what women really desire, the doctor, the high status, the good looks, the height, everything. And this is what happens when they get rejected, because women just cannot handle the rejection. And so this is why I think it's really important to understand not only that, yes, you can really level yourself up and become that guy who women really go after, right? You can acquire that status and that prestige and success. And yes, that does make it easier, but this should also be a warning that when you do make it to that level, that you should be careful, really careful about how you go about it, because then women are so drawn to you and you have so many options that if you are quick to reject them and quick to kind of do it maybe in a way that isn't very kind or nice or whatever, they can then retaliate by making claims against you, or in this case, starting a group and literally, basically shunning you and saying how bad of a person you are. And then that spreads across the entire local area where you live. It affects your business. So this is a crazy thing. I'll try to keep up to date with this. Shout out to Manosphere Highlights Daily for covering this. And yeah, guys, just be careful out there, man. Just be careful with it, because shit is just crazy out here, man. It just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. So that's it for today, bro. Just a quick update on that story, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.